Hey, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? Chaotic Angle here, bringing it back to you guys with another Defiance video featuring how to mod out your weapons. Now, I know I did a video of this a while back, but due to the frequent changes that have occurred with modding entirely, I figured I'd just do an updated video just for the hell of it. But anyway, let's jump into this real quick. For those of you that don't know what modding is basically what you do in order to improve your weapon for your kind of playstyle. So for example, you see you have a Surge Blaster here, and then you see underneath this text you see these 4 glowing icons. What these icons actually do is they actually buff your overall weapon. So whether it's the recoil, the bloom, the damage, the accuracy, etc. You can actually attach an element onto a weapon such as fire or whatever the hell this is. I forget what it is exactly, but you can attach either fire or that to the weapon, but unfortunately those are the only 2 different types of elements that you can attach onto a weapon through modding. Other than that, if you're looking for like an electric this, electric that, you actually have to pick it up from a drop or something completely different. And thank you so much for blowing up in my ear, dude. I really appreciate that. But regardless of that fact, we're going to be modding out a pistol today. So basically what you want to do is, let's say you have a weapon here. You see the damage is 892 damage, 13.4 recoil, 20 mag, 2.8 reload speed, 1.2 times crit, and bloom is 0.23. Now, you see that there's only one slot down here. There's only one picture. Now, what you have to do is you go into your salvage matrix. Let me go back real quick. You go into the salvage matrix, you click select and modify, you click the weapon and you want to modify, then you're going to get these list of different menus that you can click on. So you can attach mods, you can add mod slots, you can upgrade rarity, and you can upgrade the rating. Now what this allows you to do, upgrading rarity changes the color. So basically this will go from a green to a blue, and then it would increase the overall damage. Now upgrading rating would increase just the damage output more than upgrading the rarity. And when you do this, it costs these keys that you can actually pick up, I believe, from Arc Falls and whatnot. I believe you can get more if you have the 7th Legion DLC for running events and whatnot, but I'm not too entirely sure about that. I'm pretty sure you can though. But regardless of that fact, and in terms of upgrading rarity, I believe you can go from a green, you can go from a white to a green to a blue to a purple to an orange. Every time you upgrade the rarity on each, I believe it goes, let me just see real quick. If I take a purple that hasn't been upgraded, if I go to salvage matrix, go down here, I take a purple, I upgrade rarity. You see purple goes into orange, so this would transform into an orange, upgrade the damage output, but it costs 500 keys to do so. So you definitely want to be 100% sure when you're doing that you want to do it, because these keys are very, very hard to get. You only have 513 alone, so they're not too easy to get, and the damage, in all honesty, is not amplified that much. But if it's your main gun, you're using it a long time, whatnot, it's carried you for a really long time, you don't think you're gonna swap it out for a little while, then by all means go for it. But anyway, if you're just modding out the weapon, what you want to do is you want to do add mod slots. Now this is going to cost you a form of script. Script you can get from just running anything. You pick up script off the ground for killing enemies, this, that, and the other thing. You can also turn weapons into script. So if I go over here, say you have a crap weapon or whatever, like this white, I don't need it. I go to breakdown to ask, are you sure you want to destroy this weapon for 250 arc salvage? You're yes. Boom, I get 250 script. And what that allows me to do is it allows me to put, it's basically the currency that you need in order to mod out weapons or, well, to add mod slots. That's really all you're going to use it for in terms of script, is adding mod slots. You don't really use it for anything else, I don't believe. But regardless of that fact, I need to add 3 more mod slots to this weapon. So once again, salvage matrix, from salvage matrix, you click on the weapon, you're going to click add mod slots, you're going to do start action. Once you do start action, it'll only take about 3 seconds. And after that, you're going to go back, and you're going to do it again. You're going to add more mod slots. So, and you can see here that the script actually ends up going up in price the more mod slots you add. So, for example, I'm going to add another one here, and then I'm going to go back, and then I'm going to add another one. So that's going to cost me 4,000 script. Okay, and now if I go back to inventory, you can see on this weapon, the Votan Mag Blaster, we just added the mod slots to. You can see there are now 4 icons underneath this text here. Now after you do that, what you want to do is you want to click M. You want to look under the shopping carts right next to the ports, and it will tell you what vendor is the mod vendor for your weapon. So obviously this is the pistol mod vendor. This is where I need to go to mod out this weapon. Then if you need like an SMG modded, you go to the automatic mod vendor. If you need a sniper one, you go here. You go to the processing plants, SMG, Iron Demon Ranch. I'm at the crater for the pistol, and each one will say right next to them what they are and if they have mod vendors available for that specific type of gun. But once you do that, you're going to walk over to the mod vendor here, and then you're going to go under the mods here. Now you can see that there is a few different types of mods to select, and you're probably a little bit confused in terms of, well, which mod should I pick? Well, basically the only stat that you're going to get from these mods alone is this one right here, the times 1.10 crit, for example, for this mod slot 2. I sincerely apologize for sneezing into your faces. With regards to that fact, let's continue. So this is mod slot 2. So basically I would get extra crit damage. If I go down a little bit, I can get this one, aim hit damage. If I go down a little bit, I can get fall off damage. Now basically, after you go into this one and then you keep going, you can see ones that have synergy, and you're probably confused in the essence of, well, what the hell is synergy? Synergy basically gives you bonus stats. For example, you could see I have a synergy under the Surge Blaster, which is called Quartermaster. Now basically, if I go back into this, I believe they should have it here, hopefully, or else it's going to be very difficult to explain this. Yes. Okay, so see, they have the Quartermaster synergy. So now I'd have to pick up 4 of these synergies in order for me to get these perks under this gun. Once 4 of the synergies are picked up, I'll unlock all 4 of these here, and then I'll be able to access them. So just because I have the Quartermaster synergy, I have 2 Quartermaster synergies on this weapon currently right now. If I got 2 more, I would get the 50% reload on self-revive and the 100% reload on self-revive. Now, these obviously don't stack with each other, but if you were to get, like, let's say I got the Quartermaster synergy for just the top one, and then I got the Quartermaster synergy for just the bottom one here for the scope, it would only give me these 2 here, and they don't stack, I believe, which kind of sucks. But regardless of that fact, it's still a nice buff to a gun, you know. It's there, you might as well take it. Some of them are really good. I know for the 7th Legion DLC, they have some really nice synergies that you can pick up. Some synergy mods are a little bit hard to get. Some of them you actually have to get from mod vendors, like drop boxes, unfortunately. But, you know, it's still not too bad. It's kind of lucky to draw, but, you know, if you're just going for that extra damage, whatever, not really caring what mods you get or anything like that, yeah, then by all means, it's definitely worth it. But if the weapon doesn't have any synergy, like the weapon that I'm modding out now, it has absolutely no synergy. You would see it listed here. Some of them only have 1 or 2 synergies. Like this one only has, my Wolfhound here, my HV6 Wolfhound, only has 1 synergy. So I'd only have to pick up 1 synergy for this one, which would be Mechanized, I believe. Or however the hell you pronounce that. And then if I were to pick up 1 synergy mod for this gun, for Mechanized or whatever, we're just calling it Mech, whatever, and then I get take 5% less damage while reloading. So some of them are good, some of them are completely stupid and completely worthless. Some of them don't even have any weapon, any form of synergy on it. So, for instance, this one doesn't have any synergy. So basically, what you're gonna just do for this one, if you just have a blank gun that doesn't have any form of synergy, you would just go under this slot, which doesn't have any form of synergy. There are mods that are completely listed without any form of synergy. You'll find these mods directly under the white text here. The white text is a little bit lower than this one. You see 1.05. This one is 1.10 in terms of crit damage. And if you keep scrolling, you have this one, which you can pick up, which is a little bit less than this one, which is the aim and hit damage, and then there's another one that you can pick up. You can see that this is all still for the same mod slot because of the icon. So this is for the mod slot 2. And then this one will be fall off damage, and then of course then it changes to the next mod slot. So let's just start picking up mods here so I can show you guys. So let's see, we got critical. What do we want for this pistol? So we probably want to get aim hit damage. Okay, so we picked that up, which is good. Now we're going to move into the next slot. We got effect trigger. Effect trigger, it boosts the electricity. It boosts whatever element that you have, so it's easier to proc. So for instance, this one has electricity, so basically any elemental weapon that you currently have, I'd recommend getting effect trigger. If you don't have an element on the weapon, however, and you want to put an element to boost the overall damage, you just go down here. See, there's one without a form of synergy, but they also have ones with synergies on them. But since this one doesn't have, already has an element, I don't need to put another element. If you do take another, let's say you want to put fire with electricity or whatever, you can't. The reason being for this is when you add another, if you add an elemental mod such as fire or whatever the hell, where is it? The radiation. If you add fire or radiation to the weapon, it overlaps it, canceling out completely, and it will take whatever mod you added, such as the radiation or fire. So it would take, if you added fire to an electric, it would overlap and take the fire instead. If you added radiation to a corrosive or whatever, it will take the radiation instead, and you can't get that back after doing it, because unfortunately, if I keep scrolling down here, these are the only, radiation and fire are the only two mods that you can actually get in the terms of elemental damage, unfortunately, and that can be placed onto the weapon, which kind of sucks in my opinion. I really think that's really stupid considering how many elemental weapons are like within the game that you can kind of use and mix and match and whatnot, but whatever, that's a whole other topic entirely. But let's keep going down here. I already bought, I believe, did I buy one for this? Oh my god, I've been too busy talking. Span magazine size effect. Yes, I bought the effect trigger. Okay, so we're moving on to the next synergy. If I go down here, you have aim accuracy. Now with this one is a scope, so you have to be careful in terms of which scope you're getting, because you see this one says sight which provides greater accuracy without obscuring vision attachable to pistol. So basically what this will do is it will add a scope to your gun, but you won't be able to use it. It will only increase the stat in terms of accuracy. Now if I go down a little bit, you can see this one says a sight which provides greater accuracy without obscuring vision to attachable to pistol. So this is the same one, but this was accuracy and movement accuracy. But if I keep scrolling, you'll see in just a second, scope with high level zoom attachable to pistol. So this one will actually put a scope not only on your weapon, but it will also allow you to use it, which can be good and bad. Because let's face it, if you're modding out a shotgun, you don't want a scope on the shotgun. It's not going to work. If you put a scope, it will not change the range at which the shotgun can fire. No, it's not happening. So this is another one, mid-level zoom. So if you want to put a scope on without actually obscuring the vision just for the stats, you want to go for the top one. So you can see here, this one is aim accuracy. So sight which provides greater accuracy without obscuring vision. If you don't want the scope at all, you want to look for that test that says without obscuring vision, because that means it will attach a scope, but you won't be able to actually use it, so it won't change your point of view at all. Now, moving on to the next mod slot, because this was the fourth one, I believe, you have melee damage, and then you have recoil damper, which is bloom and recoil. So we're going to pick up that. So now that we picked up all four of our mods here for our pistol, we're going to go back in. We're going to go into Von Mage Blaster. We're going to go to attach mods. So we're going to go under here. Since I only picked up one, there's only going to be one listed. We're going to click on that. We're going to click on that. We're going to click on that. And we're going to click on that. So right now the damage is 937, which it got amped. Then you have the effect. You can see that everything in green here is basically it's buffing it. So you get more bloom, you get recoil, you get aim damage and hit damage, and you get effect trigger. So you can see that it gets listed down below. You hit start action, and then once the action starts, it just instantly makes it, and there you go. There it is. Let me equip it for you guys. And there you go. You see there's kind of like a scope on top of it, and then it looks, I didn't actually show you guys the look before, which I apologize, but it does look a lot different than what a normal one would be. But if I go into here, you can also see that you can still master the weapon as well. Once you master a weapon, you get a master weapon stat. See, this one's 4% eco power duration for a critical kill after a master duration. And then, of course, if I go into here, you also get the stats that are listed down below for whatever weapon type they're using. If you use it for a continuous amount of time, you get more stats such as reload speed, crit, fall off damage, recoil, melee damage, and then so forth. But yeah, that is pretty much it in terms of modding, guys. There's really nothing to it. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. It's not really too complicated. It's just a lot simpler than what it was, because now everything moves ridiculously fast. When you used to attach mods a while back when the game first came out, you had to wait 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and then like 20 minutes for the last mod slot, and it would just take forever. And you could do like only like 4 at a time or something like that. But yep, this system is a lot better than what it was, and it's a lot more efficient, and personally, I definitely like it. But yeah, give it a try, give it a shot, see what you guys can do with it, and hopefully you guys will be bashing heads in, taking names, and soloing in no time. But anyway, my name's Chaotic Angle. If you haven't already, don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. And if you need any help, I play on PC, Defiance. I play the game on PC, so look me up. My username is Jinx286. You can see in the top left-hand corner above my shields, and I'll be happy to help you guys out any way I can. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. My name's Chaotic Angle once again, and I hope to see you guys real soon. Later.